Welcome to Wait Until You See This, the podcast where a husband and a wife watch movies, basically. It's movies that...
Thrilling.
I know, right? Movies that I have seen, but he hasn't, and movies that he has seen, but I haven't. And we watch them together and then give our opinions about it. So, I'm Krista.
I'm Chris.
I don't know. How you doing? How's your Friday going?
I went to work.
Yes.
I hated it.
Yes.
God, I hope none of my coworkers are listening to this.
I don't think you care.
No, I don't. Friday, it's a Friday.
Yeah, I'm glad it's Friday.
I have stacks of videotapes.
You have lots of videotapes. Even more than before.
Art.
My Friday was fine, thanks for asking.
No, it wasn't. You hate your job, too.
I don't hate it, I just dislike it very much.
But then you get to come home to moi.
I do.
To moi? So what's this movie?
So,
what did we watch? It's been like
2 weeks or something. Catch Me If You Can, 2002.
Welcome to Miami Mutual Bank. How may I help you?
I'd like to cash this check here, and I'd like to take you out for a steak dinner.
Are you a real life pilot?
I sure am, little lady.
The jump seat is open.
It's been a while since I've done this. Which one's the jump seat again?
Dr. Connors to the ER. Dr. Connors to the ER.
This is irrefutable evidence that the defendant is lying.
Special Agent Hanratty, FBI.
Hello, Carl.
You're gonna get caught. It's like Vegas. The house always wins.
Some nuts flying around the country posing as a pilot, calling him the James Bond of the sky.
Hello, Pusher. This is by far the best date I have ever been on.
He's a kid. That's why he doesn't have a record.
30 milligrams of codeine every 4 hours. Do you concur?
I concur.
Dr. Harris,
Yes?
do you concur?
Concur with what, sir?
Ma'am, I'm sorry to have to tell you, your son is forging checks.
I have a payroll check here I'd like to cash.
I'm working part-time at the church now. Just tell me how much yours and I'll pay you back.
$1.3 million.
I'll be choosing 8 young ladies to be a part of Pan Am's future stewardess program.
South America, Australia, Singapore. These are so perfect the bank doesn't even know the difference. What do you want?
To apologize.
You didn't call to apologize, did you? You have no one else to call. I'm looking for your son.
I would never give up my son. If you were a father, you'd know.
Stop chasing me.
I can't stop. It's my job.
You see these people staring at you? They keep peeking over their shoulders, wondering where you're going tonight. Where you going, Frank?
Don't tell me not to fly, I've simply got to. If someone takes a spill, it's me and not you. Don't bring around a cloud of terrain on my parade.
Sir, we're gonna let him get away.
No, Carl, you let him get away.
Nobody had a better rain on my Merry Christmas parade.
I'm getting close, huh? You will go to prison.
You're gonna have to catch me.
Catch Me If You Can. It's based on a true story of Frank Abagnale Jr., who is a con man, essentially.
Aren't they all?
Most of them are. The movie is based on a book that was written by Stan Redding. And Frank Abagnale Jr. said that the movie is about 80% accurate. I'm sure there's room for dramatic effect and, creative flair. But essentially, it's Frank Abagnale Jr. and his parents end up getting a divorce and kind of sets him off, and he just runs away. And, in order to have money, he starts fraudulently making checks.
Pan Am payroll checks, aren't
Yeah,
they?
well, yeah. He is...
And it just snowballs.
Yeah, Tom Hanks plays Carl Hanratty, who is an FBI agent who is after Frank. He's following him all over the globe. By the way, Frank is like 16.
See, that generation just had more gusto, had more vigor to get shit done, to get people conned. Unlike these millennials that were apparently born from 1970 to 2020.
Yeah, that's not the way generations work. I hope
I'm yelling at a cloud!
the boomers figure that out. So the movie opens, and we're in a French prison, and Carl is talking to Frank, and Frank is behind bars, and he's coughing and dying. So he's trying to get him extradited to the United States. And essentially, it's just like a flashback on his life, about him running away from his parents after their divorce or during their divorce, becoming a Pan Am pilot. He's realized that he's been floating these checks. He's seen what a Pan Am pilot can get.
It's easier to cash a Pan Am check dressed as a pilot.
Right, in the 60s. His cons just evolve after time, and they serve him well, and the entire time Carl is chasing him, becomes a very loosely a lawyer, a doctor.
No, he's a doctor, then a lawyer.
Then a lawyer.
And Martin Sheen's like, what the fuck?
So he's dating this girl, and it's Amy Adams in one of her first roles. This teenage girl. And she's a candy striper. And that's how they met.
She has braces.
Yeah, right. But her parents had kicked her out of the house.
Because she had an abortion.
Right.
Which, in the 60s, in the South, I don't know if she went away for that or if it was...
No bueno.
Yeah.
They didn't like that.
No.
Amy Adams' dad is Martin Sheen, and he's a lawyer. So, of course, Frank plays up to that. He's like, oh yeah, I want to be a lawyer. And he goes and takes the bar and...
Passes it.
One of the questions that Carl keeps asking Frank is, how did you pass the bar? How did you cheat? And he wouldn't tell him. And that's the one question he keeps asking him throughout the movie anytime he catches him.
He doesn't ask him how he passed the bar. He asks him, how'd you pass the bar?
Yeah. Christopher Walken, his dad, is being investigated for tax fraud. So there's some turmoil there. But in real life, there wasn't any drama like that.
Really?
Yes.
So his parents just got divorced?
Yeah, and actually he was one of 4 children. He wasn't an only child, as this movie portrays him.
Really?
Yes. He was actually on, I do believe, he was actually on To Tell the Truth.
You know, there was a serial killer on the Dating Game once.
Yes, I know. I do know that one.
Sidebar.
I listen to true crime podcasts.
No shit?
Mm-hmm. Oh, every Christmas Eve, Frank and Carl have a phone call. Carl calls him every Christmas Eve. That is also not true.
Oh, it's not?
No.
God damn it.
Frank said, he goes, why would I call him? I was trying not to get caught. I was like, fair enough.
Now, does that make this a Christmas movie?
No, that does not make it a Christmas movie.
But there's a lot of Christmas.
It doesn't center around Christmas.
But there's a lot of Christmas.
Well, just because there's a lot of Christmas doesn't make it a Christmas movie. It's just a holiday that happens. It happens over a span of years.
Yeah.
So, of course, Christmas is going to come in there. This isn't a Christmas movie. It's not centered around Christmas.
But all the big shit goes down at Christmas.
That's because Frank calls him every Christmas. Dramatic effect. Creative flair. I don't know.
There's some people out there that don't call me for Christmas. Meanwhile, this guy's calling the agent on his case, so. Just a little reminder out there, assholes.
Oh, yeah, he pretended he was James Bond for a while. You remember that?
He had the Aston Martin.
He had an Aston
64
Martin.
64 Aston Martin.
Yeah, trying to keep a low profile there.
Yes.
He had a custom-tailored suit, 3-piece suit, the same that Sean Connery had in one of his movies.
That was Goldfinger.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, because when he's watching the movie, they show Pussy Galore. I do remember that.
And I found it interesting in this...
I must be dreaming.
Every time that Frank would do a con or whatever, there was always some redirection. You know what I'm saying? So, like, the lady at the bank was questioning his check. So he drops the necklace. Oh, did you drop this necklace out in the park? I found this in the parking lot. Did you drop this?
Did that actually work?
Apparently, in the movie it did. I don't think it was one of its cons.
Because I just see that happening today and someone being like, no.
Well, I mean, it was the 60s, so...
So people were less honest in the 60s is the point of this.
I don't know about that.
Because they're taking this necklace that's obviously not theirs.
Yeah, clearly.
The good old days.
Yeah. Frank is becoming very skilled at counterfeiting bad checks. They have figured out his scam, and he's writing a check in New York that's not going to go to a bank until days later, a bank in California. So they don't figure out right away.
It's 2 weeks.
That he's counterfeiting checks.
Once again, the good old days.
Yeah. He has purchased old bank equipment at auctions to counterfeit the checks.
The Micker inks and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he knew exactly, like, he could feel the paper, the thickness of the paper, or the texture, or whatever, and he could tell if this was a real thing or not.
He could probably get a source for that check paper.
Yeah, well, I mean, they found him in France at the end. Well, towards the end, clearly, because it opens up with him in a French prison.
Yeah, he's in like a printing facility.
Yeah, so he's found a place to actually print the checks. I mean, it makes it look more legit. I mean, he stole millions of dollars. At one point, his mom's like, well, how much money does Frank owe you? And I don't remember the amount, but Carl's like, it's like $1.4 million or something like that.
She pulls Clark Griswold. She's got the checkbook out, ready to write a check, and he drops that number, and she just puts the check away.
She's like, never mind.
Just gonna put that away here. Well, essentially the plot of the movie is he scams. Tom Hanks chases him.
Right. He's very good at what he does. Very good.
He's so good, the FBI is like, how about we give you a job?
Right. So Carl gives him a job with the FBI to help identify other people who are counterfeiting checks. In real life, actually, he is part of the reason, like, the checks have the anti-fraud stuff on them. But, in the end, he gets caught and he works for the FBI.
He's forced into government work.
Yeah. So, like, it's Christmas break.
Once again, Christmas.
He gets a Pan Am or a pilot uniform and takes off. And Carl catches him. Carl's like, I knew you would do this. I knew you couldn't resist. But then he ended up coming back whenever the break was over. He was late, but he came back.
You're late.
So what'd you think?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
It's a Spielberg movie.
Right.
I have no idea why I never watched it.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it's just another movie that I missed.
Right.
Damn it.
It's got like an 8.1 or an 8.2 on IMDb. It was 2 hours and 21 minutes, so I didn't feel like it was that long.
No.
It went by pretty fast.
Do people still talk about this one? I mean, when you talk about Spielberg, do they talk about this one?
I think so.
I'm just thinking about everything he's done, and some stuff's going to get buried. I mean, I kind of get the feeling people forget this movie because of 1941, but that was a joke that went nowhere. So
because of 1941?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The movie 1941?
Yeah? What about it?
Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. All right, well, let me write that down.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
It's Spielberg's Bomb.
Oh, okay.
So he does Duel. Well, he does Sugarland Express, and he does Duel. Have you seen Duel?
Yes.
You've seen Duel?
I saw it with you. Didn't I watch it with you?
What's it about?
I don't remember.
Dennis Weaver in a truck?
I'm like, it's just like cars and stuff.
Yeah, there's cars.
Okay.
Then Jaws. Then Close Encounters. Have you seen Close Encounters?
Yes.
And then he did 1941, which was a bomb.
Okay.
And then he did this other movie called Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Oh, well, I've heard of that one. And I've seen that one.
You've seen that one?
I have.
God, that's a rare one.
Yeah, I know.
I really like the titles because they reminded me of Saul Bass and all the ones he did back in the 50s and 60s, especially Hitchcock. The custody situation was fucked.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like, here's what we're going to have you go in another room, and you're going to write down on this form which one of your parents you want to go with. And then Frank's like, fuck you!
Yeah, he's like, bye!
And he leaves on his life of crime.
Yes.
The fact that he used the decals off toy planes to put on the checks.
Right.
To the point that he had a bathtub of these toy planes that he was moistening up to get the emblem off the Pan Am
get the glue
emblem.
off the
I wrote down that he is so rich as a doctor. Not only is he like a pediatrician?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. He's so rich at that job, he owns 2 lava lamps.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wrote that shit down.
I missed that detail.
Yeah. It's nothing like this deep look into the film on Wait Until You See This.
At what point, I just want to know at what point people are like, you know, this guy looks pretty young to be a doctor.
Especially since people aged a hell of a lot harder back then.
Right. He doesn't look old enough to be out of high school.
Well, he wasn't old enough to be out of high school.
But he's the chief? I don't understand.
Every Spielberg movie has their one Spielberg shot, and in this one, it's the money floating when they bust him on the engagement. When they bust him during the engagement
and
party.
the money slips out.
Yeah, and it's floating around, and Tom Hanks is standing there. I'm like, that's the Spielberg shot!
Yeah, yeah.
So what'd you think about Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, I liked him. Why?
I'm just wondering what you thought of his...
I thought his performance was great.
So, what year was this?
2002.
2002. Titanic was 97. So you're about 5 years removed from Titanic. Had he done anything of significance between Titanic and this?
I don't know. Let me look.
She's pulled out the phone, ladies and gentlemen. She is currently typing on the small computer that you can carry in your pocket.
Oh, yeah. He did Man in the Iron Mask in 98.
Okay, nobody talks about that.
Celebrity in 98.
I barely remember that.
The Beach in 2000.
I kind of remember that.
Don's Plum?
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
2001. I don't know. It's not rated. It's got a 5.6 on IMDb. And then also in 2002, he did Gangs of New York.
Oh, shit. And what year was this? 02?
02.
So he did this and Gangs of New York in the same fucking year?
Yep.
So pretty much this and Gangs of New York is, you know, it's kind of rough waters here. And in 2002 hits and he's like, bam.
I mean, he's been pretty steady. I mean, 2004, The Aviator, 2006, The Departed, 2006, Blood Diamond, 2008, Body Flies.
So pretty much this and Gangs of New York kind of solidified his career.
Well, Titanic did that.
Yeah. Did it, though? Or was it more the spectacle of the movie?
Well, I mean, people loved him in Titanic, so they all hated Rose for letting him go after she said she wouldn't.
She should have let him on the fucking door.
I agree. But yeah, it looks like, I mean, yeah, Gangs of New York was, I mean, I liked it. It was a good movie. I just didn't like some of the acting.
Are you shitting on Daniel Day-Lewis?
Oh, God, no. I'm not that. No, absolutely not.
I know.
You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody else does, too.
Yeah. Liam Neeson.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the worst.
My feeling is the whole point of the film, the whole catalyst, is Frank wanting to revive his family. Because everything he does revolves around getting enough money so that his mom and his dad will get back together and things will go back to the way they used to be.
Right.
I don't know if that's really how Frank felt in reality, but that just seems like the whole
motivation.
Yeah.
Right. But and clearly it never happens.
No. And you've got the whole father thing, which is also a Spielberg motif, the pseudo-absent father.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Who's a bit of a con man himself.
Oh, yeah. I wish I could do a Christopher Walken.
If they ask you... You had the car.
I sold the car.
Uh-huh.
The ice is going to break.
You know, today is the 24th anniversary of the cowbell.
24 years?
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ.
Uh-huh. You feel old?
That was 2000?
Apparently.
God damn. I like the movie. It's got Tom Hanks, you know.
Right.
His performance in this isn't as good as Bachelor Party, but still.
One of your favorites.
Hell yeah. That's an American movie classic.
It's American Treasure.
You know, when I first saw that movie on HBO, I never thought that guy was going to win the Oscar 10 years later.
No, I bet not.
Actually, less than that, because he won it for Philadelphia. And then he won it for that other movie.
What other movie?
You know what other movie. The most overrated film of the 90s.
Okay. Alright, now I know what movie you're talking about.
Yes.
Forrest Gump.
Fuck that movie. There's my hot take of the show. Fuck Forrest Gump.
You gonna shit on Warner Brothers?
Huh?
You gonna shit on Warner Brothers?
It hasn't come up yet.
Okay. So yeah, I really liked this movie. It was one of the more enjoyable ones.
Unlike Slapshot.
Oh my god, it was so bad.
What?
No, it wasn't. It was okay.
Listen to that backtrack.
It was alright.
Jesus.
Oh, and by the way, Frank didn't cheat at the bar. He passed it. He studied his ass off for 2 weeks.
He watched Perry Mason.
He was watching television shows.
Actually, he watched Perry Mason and then got his ass handed to him in court.
Yeah.
Whoops. Yeah, I liked it.
Well, good. I liked it too. That's why I picked it. I know you're a mark for Spielberg.
Are we going to pick movies we hate?
No, please don't. Please don't.
I would give this... give it 4.
Ooh, yeah. I'm impressed.
Yeah. I would watch this again.
Yeah, it's a solid 4 for me.
Yeah.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I did see this in the theater.
Wow.
I did.
A movie theater?
A movie theater.
How much did it cost to get in?
I don't remember. It was probably like $2 or some shit.
$2? How old are you?
I may have seen it at the Dollar Show. In our town, they had a movie theater that the movies had been out for a while. And you could pay $1 to go see this movie.
See, where I'm from, well, the town I went to see movies, I'm not from that town. Mean Streets.
That one's for you, Darren.
Throughout the 80s, $1. And this is new movies.
Yeah.
Then when the 90s hit, went to $1.50. Then they built a new theater south of town, and they came out and they're like, we're going to charge $3.75.
Mm-hmm.
And then the old theaters were like, well, fuck it, we're going to raise ours up to $3.75 too.
Right.
So, great competition. You rolled in and made them raise their prices.
Good deal.
So I'm bitching about paying $3.75 to go see Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Oh, God, you need your money back.
I did come over here to see Showgirls.
I did not see that in the theater.
I can say I saw that on theatrical release. And guess what? On the big screen, it's just as bad as it is watching it on TV.
I think I saw it on like TBS or something.
Showgirls?
Yeah.
You need the unedited experience.
No, I'm good. Really.
Especially the pool scene with Kyle MacLachlan. It's the most ridiculous shit you've ever seen in your life.
I'm good. I don't really need to.
I was in a theater watching that.
I'm so sorry.
And not a porn theater, just a regular. It wasn't AMC yet. Well, what do you give this movie?
I give this 4 stars.
4 stars! Krista says, check it out. Oh, yeah.
So you want to talk about what we watched last night, or you want to talk about...
Yeah, let's talk about last night. We got time. We're going to pad the episode. Pad it. Throw a little bonus in there for you. Just give you a taste of other shit that gets watched.
In the meantime, we watched Lisa Frankenstein.
Are you hot burning? Lisa! Does he have more of a basketball bod or a football bod?
He doesn't play sports. I tend to his grave. I talk to him. I wish I was with you.
That's really weird, Lisa.
You hear that?
I'm sure it's the girl next door. She's very odd.
You're him? I can't believe you're here.
Do you like music?
I have the cure. Oh, not that kind of cure. They can't make you better. I mean, they can, but, like, emotionally. No, don't cry. Your tears smell so bad. Send it back.
You need a friend.
No? I love it. It's not really my style.
When you're in doubt.
Lisa looks good.
She could probably even do pageants if she had congeniality. Your daughter is a little psycho. I opened my glorious home to an ungrateful little...
I want to help you, but Taffy says it's a waste of time to try and fix a boy. It's better just accept a guy's flaws.
Oh, that's so cute.
I have an idea. There are bad people out there.
Come on, Lisa. It'll feel good.
That hand is going to do terrible things.
You are being admitted. Inpatient. Lockdown.
I could get the clink for life or the electric chair, but I don't want to die a virgin. You know anything about the disappearance of a student?
I'm not making any more comments. You can talk to my lawyer.
Really hope this goth phase ends soon.
Me being a child, a teenager in the 90s.
Damn.
Shut up. The funny thing is, we watched the trailer, Lisa Frankenstein, I was like, oh my god. And then Chris looks at me and goes, after looking it up on his phone, says to me, oh, I guess that's the play on the name Lisa Frank. And I'm like, well, no shit. I know, you weren't a girl in the 90s.
I knew of Lisa Frank.
But it wasn't like, I mean, Lisa Frank is known for her very colorful, very acid trip-like pictures. And this is not it. So, I mean, Cole Sprouse, I don't know who all else is in this movie. It was okay.
I liked it. Will I watch it again? No. I mean, it's pretty much, she's an outcast. Her mother was, and at first we thought it was...
bullshit.
Her mother was killed by an ex-murderer in the house, and she hid behind a door, so she has some fucking problems.
I would say so.
And the best way to solve those problems was her father marrying a bitch and moving her out of town.
Yeah. And this takes place in 1989.
88 or 89? I can't.
She said 89.
Okay. Let's look who's talking in 89. I thought it was 88.
I don't know, but she said something about a girl in 1989.
Okay.
No, that's what her tombstone said.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it said 1989.
So she becomes obsessed with this grave and this abandoned cemetery.
The Bachelors.
The Bachelor Cemetery. Is it just like dudes?
I think it's just unmarried dudes.
It's a sausage fest cemetery?
Apparently not.
What do you mean?
He's missing his sausage.
Oh, well, the dude's almost 200 years old. He's a worm feast.
His sausage is long gone. Just saying.
But yeah,
soft tissue.
She becomes obsessed with this grave. Lightning strikes it one night when she's having a trip. He comes back. They've got to get parts to fix him, which includes the sausage. Hilarity ensues.
Yeah. It didn't go in a direction I didn't think it was going to go. I thought it was going to go into, like, I thought that, so he killed what was his name? Oh, I don't remember his name.
The
zombie guy. What was his name?
He's just called the Creature.
The Creature?
Yeah.
So the Creature kills the stepmother.
Yeah.
Hits her on the head with a sewing machine. They cut her ear off, and Lisa is a seamstress by trade and sews the ear on.
Lisa Swallows.
Oh, Lisa Swallows, that's her name.
Nobody made a joke about that.
No.
Which is the most unbelievable thing in a high school whatever.
I'm like, you completely missed. And her stepsister's name is Taffy?
Taffy what? Swallows?
No, because it's her stepsister.
Taffy Chews.
Oh my god. I don't know.
I don't remember.
Oh. So anyway, they cut the stepmom's ear off, sew it onto his head, electrocute him, because he figured out that lightning brought him back.
The tanning bed.
The tanning bed.
It's broken.
Yeah. He's got this earring, one of her earrings, and I was like, and we're sitting there going, oh, they're definitely going to recognize that earring. They're, nothing was ever said about that earring.
I thought that was going to be Occam's earring.
It was not.
It never happened.
It was not. I don't know if Zelda Williams has directed anything else, But I think, if she hasn't, this was a decent first outing for her.
Oh, yeah. This is going to be a cult movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It will be a cult movie.
Absolutely.
Will I ever watch it again?
Probably not.
No, because you're going to have me watching shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure you'll have me watching some 2-hour and 45-minute movie next time.
Oh, no. What are you making me watch next time?
No, you.
No, I don't know what I'm going to have.
I'd pick a sweet 90-minute film from Canon.
It's not my turn to pick. It's your turn.
I know. But yeah, Lisa Frankenstein, 3 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is how we rate movies now when we watch them. He's like, what'd you give it? I'm like, 2.5, 3 stars. He's like, yeah, 3 stars.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. It had some nice nostalgia to it, but some things you're like, yeah, that totally didn't happen like that. That would have never happened like that.
We need to investigate the whiteout.
She painted her fingernails with whiteout.
Was that a thing?
I remember painting my fingernails with whiteout, but I don't know if the whiteout had a sponge tip or was a brush, because that detail...
Oh my God.
I'm turning into you. This is what you've done to me. This is what you've done to me.
We're doing crack research here on Wait Until You See This. God damn, I had to think of what the name was. I almost said We Bear All.
That is not We Bear All.
No, I'm not screaming it. If you find this information, I will be shocked.
Because that was clearly a sponge that she was using.
The lockers.
The lockers were weird.
The lockers for the school were set up like it was a locker room. And I'm like, how the fuck do these kids get by? So that's what they have now, is the foam.
I believe so.
What did she have?
She had the foam brush. I'm telling you that
it was
just a brush in 89.
All right, well, I'm taking away a star for that, for being inaccurate on the 80s. 2 stars. Don't let me go Stranger Things on your ass. They made a ton of mistakes.
Yeah, he stopped watching it. He straight up stopped watching it.
Because I said, this is bullshit. Never mind Demogorgons and shit. I believe that. But that fucking Millennium Falcon was not available in the 1980s.
Also, the Aunt Jemima syrup.
Oh, yeah. They did not have squeeze bottles in the 80s. And it's not Aunt Jemima. It was Mrs. Butterworth.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My bad.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going to have to find that. I'm pretty sure they did not have the foam tips.
And we'll give you an update on the next episode.
Y'all are on the edge of your seats.
We just gave them a cliffhanger right there.
Uh-huh, sure.
That's good form. It's like a fucking soap opera.
Oh, apparently he did have a foam.
There went the fucking cliffhanger.
Well, give it a star back.
Okay, 3 stars.
Alright, 3 stars for Lisa Frankenstein.
If you have Peacock, check it out. I wouldn't, I'm sure it's better than Night Swim.
It was like an hour and a half, right?
$1.40.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
The Haunted Pool of Night Swim.
Yeah, nobody wants to watch that. It looks stupid.
Also available on Peacock. I'm shilling for Peacock.
We've watched a lot of stupid shit.
Who, me?
No, we have. We have watched a lot of stupid shit. But Night Swim will not be one thing that we will be watching.
No, I don't care. I wouldn't mind seeing The First Omen, though. I'm hearing good things.
Really?
I'm usually not big on shit like that, but what the hell. I probably won't get to it in the theater, but...
You might. You get to the theater more often than I do. Alright, what are you going to make me watch next week?
Okay. So, next week, it's time that I get to pick a fucking horror movie.
I intentionally did not pick one.
And this one comes from the mind of Stephen King.
What are you making me watch?
You're acting like I'm going to make you watch The Langoliers, which I should because it's like 3.5 hours.
Oh, God.
But I'm choosing something good. It's a little thing we like to call Misery.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
That's the point of the show.
Good. I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Oscar-winning Misery. Have we done anything that's won an Oscar? Did Catch Me If You Can win an Oscar?
I don't know.
John Williams probably won for the fucking score or something. Or did he do the score? I don't know. Okay. So Misery, yeah. And I can't remember what it clocks in at, but I think it's under 2 hours, so.
Good deal.
Yeah, good deal. I think of the running time.
I'm just trying to find something you haven't fucking watched.
There's plenty out there. I've given you a whole list.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll really enjoy this film.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's about a guy who gets to lay in bed for 2 hours. And get waited on hand and foot.
That sounds delightful.
Yeah. Especially the foot part.
Ugh. I know what happens.
Then why are we doing this one?
I haven't seen it. I know what happens to him.
Did you read the book?
No, I told you I wasn't allowed to have Stephen King books in my house as a child.
What about after your childhood?
When did it come out?
90. Well, the movie came out in 90. It must have been like late 80s.
I was a child.
I read it.
My mother didn't allow it.
Yeah, mine didn't either.
I was a child.
I was a child too.
You still are a child.
Damn right. So yeah, you're watching Misery, which I know we own on 3 formats, by the way, so we're good.
Great. Fantastic. Alright, well, I guess that's it. We're gonna wrap this up. We will see you next time. Or, well, you'll hear us next time, I guess. Wait until you see this. I'm Krista.
And I'm Chris.
Bye.
Goodbye.